All right, so what's a big objection? Can you hear me okay? What's a big objection to putting your house up for sale right now? Why?
I don't want to show my house on Thanksgiving.
I want my house, I want to wait till after the holidays. I want to wait till spring, right? Why? Huh?
Holiday schedules.
Yeah, holiday schedules, okay. Why else?
Market's hotter in the spring.
Market spring, good. Why else?
It won't sell.
No demand.
No debate.
No demand. Okay, good. Why else? Let's just get all the objections out. I'm going to disprove every one of them. Why else? Why else don't you want to put your house up for sale right now? You got family coming in? Family staying with you over Christmas? Okay.
Imposition of family.
Family. Okay, great. Hey, just get them all. Come on, we can come up with more objections than that.
They don't want to keep their house and show ready.
Right. Okay, well, let's just deal with them one at a time. You ready? So the market will be up in the spring. Who said that one? Mike.
Yes.
Okay, great. So yeah, you know, Mike, because most people think that way, there's less competition right now. So do you want to put your house up for sale when there's less competition and incredibly low interest rates, or do you want to wait till spring when everybody else puts their house up for sale? Good? Hey, if you don't think I answered the objections, just kind of give me a little hand raise, okay? There's no demand right now, right? Market. Nobody buys houses during the holidays. Hey, Zoe. What day did we sell your parents' house on?
Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve. Her dad was like the leading person, like, oh, we're just going to take it off for the holidays. We'll put it back up in the spring. I'm like, really, why? Nobody buys houses during the holidays. Now, can you possibly imagine the immense satisfaction that I got when I called him up on Christmas Eve and said, hey, I need to pop by for a minute and get you to sign these contracts from the buyer that doesn't exist on Christmas Eve? Like, that was like truly one of the great days of my life. Yeah, we sold this house on Christmas Eve. You know, that's a bunch of bullshit. Okay, why is it a bunch of bullshit? Is that true everywhere in the United States?
No.
Greg, where are you from?
Originally Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. How's the real estate market in January in Milwaukee?
It sucks.
Why?
You can't get around.
You can't get around. You got 10 feet of snow on the ground. You notice he doesn't live in Milwaukee anymore. Right. We don't have 10 feet of snow on the ground. Why else does the market remain fairly stable here? And it does. If you ever look at a graph of this, you'll see, hey, no doubt, home sales June, July, and August, they're like this on the graph, okay? So does that mean that this time of year, November gets here and home sales do that? No, it doesn't mean that at all. It's not what they do. If you have a graph and you ever don't, like, we have got to stop doing this. Stop making shit up. Like, look it up and decide for yourself. Well, nobody buys homes in the wintertime in Atlanta. That's not true. If you had January, February, you get it all the way to December, right? Okay, here's what you'd see. Okay, you get right here to about June. Okay, so it starts doing this, right? And then you know what it does? Does it go down a little bit compared to June and July? Of course it does. It's not the same. Does it do this? No, it doesn't. It just kind of levels off a little bit. Why? Other than the weather, why?
Atlanta's a transient corporate area and a lot
Yes.
of people are moving in and out all the time.
Like who?
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola?
UPS.
UPS? Home Depot? Rubbermaid? Mercedes-Benz?
Porsche.
Right. And that's what's cool. Greg, you live in a really big neighborhood. Is it fair to say that UPS pretty much that's what they should have named the neighborhood, was UPS?
Back in the early 90s, they should have just named it UPS.
Right. UPS relocated from the Northeast, right? And lots and lots and lots and lots of very high-paying jobs. And Mercedes-Benz and State Farm, you want to just keep going on and on? And these people move people around all during the year. That's why. So no demand. Well, that's a bunch of bullshit. That's not true. People buy homes this time of year. Lots of people buy homes this time of year. And this year, because interest rates are
Whoa.
because interest rates are so low, is it possible that this holiday season sales might even be higher than in previous years? Because home buyers going, we got to take advantage of this. Is that possible? Adam, would you like to take advantage of that?
Yeah.
You would. Good. I can help you with that. But your holiday schedule and your family and your keeping the house show ready, those are reasonable objections to me this time of year. Like, well, we're going to be decorating for Christmas and we got family coming in for Thanksgiving and this is just a real pain in the ass. Well, I get it. You're exactly right. But, so you know what I've done? I've a holiday showing program. I'm just going to override it. So what is my holiday showing program? Well, what if we did not hang the lockbox on your door? Could I just hand it to you and say, hey, Leah, when we're going to have a showing, would you set this outside your front door, please? Could we do that?
Sure.
My wife and I have sold several houses. My wife won't allow a lockbox on the front door. She's scared somebody's going to come in the house while she's in the shower. I'm different. I pray somebody would come in the house while I'm in the shower. So we've never hung a lockbox on the front door. Is that preferential? No. If I was putting Zoe's house up for sale, as her agent, I would want the lockbox on the front door. Why?
Because somebody might want to see the house when you're not in the house, and now there's no lockbox.
Right. Or she forgot, right? And now you know what's going to happen? Yeah, you're going to call me and say, well, we're standing at the front door and there's no lockbox and I'm going to have to get in the car and drive over there and I don't want to do that. So I would prefer to have a lockbox, but during my holiday showing program, how about if we don't do that? Would that be good? How about if you decided what days your home would be available to be shown? So if you say you have family coming in for Thanksgiving, well, when are they coming in? Well, they're coming in that whole week. Okay, so could we say no showings that week? Would that be okay with you, Jeff? Would that be okay? No showings the week of Thanksgiving, right? What if you said, well, my kids are just going to be home from school. They're out. Like, they don't ever go to school anymore, do they? No, they don't. So I'm like, okay, well, what time during the days? So if it's not necessarily, but it's different parts of the day, you just tell me what times you will make the home available. Well, Mike, what if could we do this? Could we just make the home available like Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from like 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.? Yes. Would that be convenient for you? Would that be convenient for you? If we just made it available Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 10 to 2? Is that ideal? No, it's not ideal. Is it better than you waiting until April?
Yes.
Why? What's going to happen between today and April?
More houses come on the market, interest rates could go up.
As your agent, what am I worried about?
Your house is no longer affordable.
competition.
What about the competition?
That you're not gonna, I mean, there's just gonna be too many other options.
Oh yeah. You know what's going to happen? Adam is going to go to all these holiday parties, and he's going to, through the course of conversation, he's going to say, yeah, so Jane and I are going to be moving. And what's Jay going to say? Oh, you've got to talk to my real estate agent. I have the best, or my friend, or my brother, or all this stuff, right? Between now and April, he's going to get pounded on by other agents. Every day that goes by, I risk losing you as a client. So I want you to go ahead and put the house up for sale with me today. Okay? So what are your objections? Well, I got family coming in. Great. Tell me when they're coming in. Well, there's certain times during the day. Well, great. Tell me when that is, and we won't allow the home to be shown those days. Tell me what days you want it to be available and what times, and we'll only make it available then. So what else you got, Snowflake? What other objection?
They're going to mess up my Christmas decorations.
You're going to mess up your Christmas decorations. Could we make the showings only by appointment only with me there?
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Would that be good?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So here, just sign here and press hard, okay? Look, this is a unique time of year when all these objections are legitimate. What's not legitimate? What's not legitimate is that the market goes down, or that your house will be worth more in the spring. That's all stupid. That doesn't make any sense in Atlanta at all. That might be, if you're from Milwaukee, you might have that belief, and then you go, well, you know, Greg, in Atlanta, it doesn't quite work that way. And here's why. We don't have 10 feet of snow on the ground. I'm guessing that's why you're here.
Yes.
And we are a regional, national, or international headquarters for very large companies. Coca-Cola, right? UPS. And as a consequence, we're a relocation center. Our market remains active year-round. That's not a legitimate objection. Well, nobody looks for buys homes this time of year. That's not true, and that's especially not true this year. Okay? So those objections aren't legitimate. We can address those. The other objections you have that's real. That's not crazy. I don't want you showing my house on Thanksgiving Day either, right? So let's work around them. Are we telling people this? So like Zoe's dad and I are really good friends, and we argue all the time. We like to argue. It's probably why we're really good friends. He likes to argue, I like to argue. Let's get it on. So he'll say things like, well, we're going to take the home off the market because there's nobody looking for homes this time of year. I'm like, that's stupid. Don't say things you don't know what you're talking about. And I said, we'll just debate it out. But if we hadn't been really good friends, we wouldn't have had the conversation. He would just have these beliefs which aren't true. Does that make sense? So what do you do about that? Because her dad's kind of strange, but he's a really good guy, and there's all kinds of people out there that think just like that, but they're not saying it out loud. They're just not going to list their home with you until April, and they're just not telling you that. So what do you do?
Well, you talk with them to figure out what are their fears and concerns and find solutions for them.
How would you do that?
Ask questions.
Okay. So is it possible that in your circle of peeps, there are people out there right now that are going, you know what? Make a move, but we probably want to wait till spring because nothing's going on right now, and it'll be a real pain in the butt. Is it possible there are people that are thinking like that right now?
Yeah.
Are you telling them that you have a holiday showing program? Are you saying, hey, have you thought about selling your house, but you think that now might not be the right time or too inconvenient? I know a lot of people think that. So let me tell you about my holiday showing program. Are you putting that message out there to people? How would you do it? Leah, how would you put that message out there? Instead of waiting for like Zoe's dad to say the objections to me, if I know he's already thinking that, then how could I address it?
I would use social media, a quick 30-second video, and
Okay.
put it out to the people that are my target audience.
That would be one way. What's another way?
You can put it in your newsletter.
Okay, that's another way. What's another way?
You can call them.
Okay. Hey, who got a phone call from me yesterday afternoon? Okay. I love it. That is my favorite toy. If you didn't raise your hand, we have a problem. Either you're daydreaming and not paying attention to the program, in which case get out, okay? Or we don't have your cell number. Who didn't get a call from me yesterday afternoon?
I'll have to check my phone.
I got a call from a restricted number.
That sounds
Could have been me. Did you get a voicemail message?
No, not a voicemail box.
Okay, Denzel, these two right here, you need to make sure we've got their cell numbers, okay? You know what I did yesterday? I did just what we're talking about. Who got the voicemail message from me? Who said, I didn't even, oh, now. I want to introduce you to the internet distracted consumer, okay, right? So I send everybody a message. Does he know it?
Not yet.
No, he doesn't know it. Why? He's not paying that much attention. Everybody else knows it. That's why I do it. Because he's not paying attention to that. But Yaslene's not paying attention to something else. And Jeff's not paying attention to something else even again. And that's why you have to do all of it. But Mike, that's a lot of work. Of course it's a lot of work, Snowflake. What the hell did you think we were doing here? You think you just get a real estate license and start making a lot of money? Do people call you? Have you not figured out by now that's not going to happen? So if I post a message about our Connect Wednesday session this week on Workplace, okay? Because I know all of you are paying attention there, aren't you?
Yes, we are.
And then I send out an email to every. You get an email from me, you stop everything and read it, right? Lying dogs. And then I slide broadcast a voicemail message to you, and you pick up your phone, you're like, I didn't hear my phone ring. Yeah, your phone didn't ring. Slide dial allows me to go to your voicemail, and it looks like a missed call. And when we did this yesterday, what did I say? People are going to call me back. Oh, I have to put my phone on silent. I got 20 of y'all calling me back going, I missed your call? What's up? I'm like, yeah, you didn't miss my call. Yeah, just listen to your voicemail. Why do I have to do all that? Because he ain't paying attention. One of those things will get his attention. Wouldn't it be great if I could just post it on Workplace and all y'all paid attention and you got it, and that was our sense of community and effective communication? Wouldn't that be awesome? It'd be awesome for me. I go home on time every day. But you're not. And I know you're not because I'm you. I don't know which one of you, I wouldn't have known it was him. Thank you for admitting it. But I know that no matter what I do, only some people are paying attention and other people aren't. Greg, you send out an email every Friday morning. If you think everybody's stopping and reading that every Friday morning, you're batshit crazy. They're not. Sometimes I read it. Sometimes I don't. Why? Just depends on where I'm at, what I'm doing, and what's on my brain, right? What are you doing to address this hesitancy on the part of your peeps about why they're not putting their home up for sale this time of year? So email, sure. Newsletter, sure. Phone calls, sure. Slide dial, why not? What's that cost?
$10 for 100 messages. I mean, it's not expensive.
Right. I'll finance that for you if you need it, okay? We'll put you on a payment plan, okay? You got to do all this stuff and even more. Love time of year like this. It gives me so much relevant content to talk about. Like what? My holiday showing program. I have one. I haven't seen anybody else put anything out there. Have you? I walked in the room, I said, who has a holiday showing program? Nobody said a word. We're looking for reasons to talk to people that are of interest to them, not god-awful boring and don't have sales breath. Right? Look for the reasons. This time of year, there's reasons all over the place. Questions? So we're all just going to jump up and go do it, right? Yes. You have so much more free tools available to you than I ever had in my career. I had to do god-awful things like door knocking. Like there's not a worse activity. It just takes up so much time. It's so uncomfortable to do. You freeze your ass off outside this time of year. I mean, not if you're from Milwaukee. This feels like a heat wave. But you have all this stuff. I didn't have Facebook Messenger. Are you kidding me? I can send messages to my people that pops up as an icon on their phone. There's only one way to get rid of the damn thing. For free? Videos, I would have had to hire a production company, thousands of dollars to do that. And then how would I have delivered them? I wouldn't. YouTube, nobody, it hadn't been invented. You get to do all this now with your phone for free. And that's what's criminal. And I say criminal, and I mean criminal. You have all this available, and we're not using it. We have all this available, and we're not using it. We used to have a tool, Century 21 did, called Videolicious. Remember that? Was that a good tool?
Yeah.
It was a great tool. It allowed you to really very effortlessly edit videos. And they did away with the tool. And I lost my mind with our corporate office. Lost my mind. You know why they did away with the tool? Yeah, the way they say it is no adoption rate. Like less than 2% of our associates worldwide are using it. Why would we pay to have a tool with less than 2% of the people use it? And that just like hurts my soul. Like you have a free tool to be effective people with relevant shit all the time, and yeah, less than 2% of the people use it. And then the mindset kicks in. And this is where it has to kick in with you. What's the mindset for that? What's the right mindset for that? That's freaking awesome. If nobody else will use it, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Nobody else has a holiday showing program. We have this objection. The objections are real. Some of them are misguided, but that creates an opportunity for a good conversation too. And nobody's talking about it. Why? Most agents want to believe that's true. Here's the truth. You want to believe that the market slows down for the next 45 days so you can screw off and you can stay home and not feel guilty. Well, there's nothing to do anyhow. I might as well just take some time off. It's not true. But I want to use it because nobody else is. That's something to talk about. Everybody believes this. Let's talk about it. Everybody doesn't want to put their home up for sale for these reasons. Let's talk about it. Let's come up with a solution to that. When everybody's going this way, you go that way. If for no other reason than just to do it, even if you don't even really believe it. If you say it's day, I say it's night. Why would I want to agree with you? If everybody else is saying the market's dead, I'm going to say the market's not dead. And you know what? I'll come up with my talking points too. And I'll even use my talking points to make fun of you. Yeah, that's what weak, lazy agents say, the market's dead. Of course that's what they would say. They want you to believe that too.